if I could simplify, in Malaysia's model, we explicitly recognize communities and ethnic identities in more than one way. I'm not saying Singapore doesn't, we're just talking about how public housing requires. So there is the explicit recognition in some form.
That's right.
But it would appear to me that Singapore favors a model where all citizens, regardless of ethnicity, subscribe to a particular aspiration of the country. Would that be a fair characterization? Is that how it manages its different communities, where everybody says, okay, fine, whatever your own traditions are, but these are the set of Singaporean values we aspire to?
What I would say is we have constitutional provisions for the special rights of the Malay community is dealt with,
Yes.
in accordance with
A
Article
lot of Malaysians don't know that
152,
actually Singaporean constitution has that.
That's right. And that's a function of separation and what happened then. So there are those preferences. I'll give you a very raw example, which I experienced as an MP when I was a new MP. So on Fridays, of course, there are Friday prayers, and sometimes there's congestion around the mosque because people are parking their vehicles, their motorcycles and stuff. An old Chinese gentleman spoke to me. He says, Pritam, can I ask you why there are mosques in public housing estates, but why Chinese temples are in industrial estates? The question took me aback because I had never thought about it in those terms before. And then the Chinese gentleman said, why can't you just have a Chinese temple as well in the public housing estate? Why must they be built? And I think at a very fundamental level in government in Singapore, it's the fidelity to Article 152, to the Constitution and the position of the Malays. It explains why those mosques have to be built in public housing estates. I think at some level in government, we don't have very public conversations about race and religion in Singapore. A lot of conversations are behind closed doors. But if I can read the tea leaves as an outsider, I think you try and manage the situation as respectfully as you can if you're a member of the government of Singapore. And even as an opposition, a politician, I think this is something which we don't really want to bring into the political realm, as in we've got something to say and we want to score political points on a race or religion issue.
Yeah.
I think that's generally the approach that politicians and Singaporeans want to take and ought to take.
Yeah.